What is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online challenge. We're back with Eldrazi Tron on the draw for game 1. 8 hits off the top. We're looking for Tron lands, mine or power plant. Otherwise, I suppose an E-Temp would be good. Otherwise, we're probably going to go Mindstone at the Bauble on 2, which is okay in this matchup. Likely going to be a, whatchamacallit, Murktide or Oculus. Tower, map, pass. Do you get Force or Spell Pierce? If it's Spell Pierce, then it is probably Reanimator. Ooh, Thought Scour, Murktide. Could be Oculus then. Could still be Reanimator as well, admittedly. Polluted Delta, Fetch 17, Surveil. Maybe looking for an Unearth target, Spell Snare, Whiff, and Passing, Draw. There's Lab. I mean, they shocked Watergrave, probably for the Thought Scour. I will Ugin's Lab. Tuck Ugin. It's probably correct to hold the K command here, so I'm going to do that on the off chance that I'm correct that this is Oculus or Reanimator, and we need to use it. End step, we can crack map for Temple, make our K commands better. We'll put a pause on end step. Okay. They fetch, surveil, second main. Frog. Okay. Unearth attempt. In response, I'm going to ramp. I'm going to exile cards in yard, exile frog. And done. Frog down. Unearth has no legal targets. And pass. Draw. Fatal Push. In response, I will crack the map, grab Temple, and draw another K command. In that case, we can play the Mind Stone, still hold up a K command, X equals 1. Alright. I will pass. And we will hold Misty Rain, passing, and draw, mine, play mine, cast Vexing Bauble. And this way we brick Force. I will hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could K command as permission. Watergrave. Shock, 13, end step, K command, ramp scry draw, done, force resolves, draw, power plant, return Ugin, cast Ugin. This still gives me a K command, X equals 1. Do you have a counter spell? Trigger resolves, body resolves, draw a card, and hold. And hold. Again, we have the K command, blue, blue. Pain cost, no counter spell, could still potentially have force. There's Murktide. Murktide's fine. And we will pass. I will draw, map, Draw a card. I will play Map, Trigger, Exile, always yield. And opponent skips it up. So it could be more Murktide-ish, but my guess is still Oculus. We were on the draw. Win for game one. Let's move to sideboard. I did update this list. We did trim down on some of our Tezzeret targets, cutting Pithy Needle and Ballista. We're going to be on the draw, so Chalice can get cut. I'm still not sure about Chalice. Main. Pith Needle seems good. Digger's Cage seems good. Soul Guide. Vexing Bubble still seems relevant. The question is what to cut then, if anything. Like, I don't exactly want to cut Dismember. Let me take a look at my sideboard guide that I started on and now need to adjust again with the new updates. Let's see. Oculus. We were cutting Vexing Bobble. I guess Vexing Bobble mainly is running Force, so I guess we can cut the Vexing Bobble then and run it back like this, because we want Dismember, Pithy Needle, Graph Diggers, and I don't think there's anything else. No, I think that should be all. Let's run it back like this. On the draw for game two, another 8 hits off the top. All right. I will keep. I will pass. Thoughtseize? No, likely a Thought Scour instead. We'll draw. Mindstone. Mine. 4 hits off the top now. Thought Scour. Target me. Okay. Weird. Surgical. Interesting. I'm not sure if that's the right move, but it definitely is a choice. They now know that we have Dismember in hand, and of course TKS. And hold. Watergrave, shock, 14. Pass. Draw. Lab. I'll play the Power Plant. I'm going to hold the Dismember. Don't want to just eat a counterspell with the Mind Stone. Want to hold Dismember up. Consider. Oculus to Yard. And hold. You have an Unearth. They'll hold. I'll draw. Tezzeret. I will start with a Waste and Mindstone. Does Mindstone resolve? Mindstone resolves. I'm not going to be greedy here. I'm going to hold up the Dismember. Consider. And hold. Misty Rain. Passing. Draw. I'll play an Ugin's Lab. Ugin's Lab triggers. No imprint. Cast Mindstone. Cast Tezzeret. Does Tezzeret resolve? Force. Force resolves. Hold Dismember. Fetch, Surveil. and hold. Possibly that just going TKS would have been better. 2, 3, Harbinger. Tap, ETB. I actually should have done that on end step, admittedly. Dismember, pass. Draw. All is dust. 3, 6. Ugin's Lab. Imprint dust. TKS. Consign. TKS. ETB trigger. I'll take the sync. And pass. And pass. Thought Scour. Sewers. Surveil. And draw. E-temp. Go to combat. Down to 9. Crack the Mind Stone, draw a card. Play the Temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to hold the second Mind Stone. And pass. Oculus. Oculus. On end step, I'll crack the Mind Stone. Pithy Needle. Doesn't do enough, unfortunately. They have Counterspell up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll return all his dust to hand. Trigger, always yield. And draw. In that case, I will cast, I think the Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus Pithy Needle. I'll tuck the dust again, though maybe I should hold it. No. 3, 7, yeah. Okay. Ugin. Targets. Always yield. At least deal with the Ock. We'll eat the counterspell for it. Counterspell. Ock down. Combat. Attack for 4. Down to 5. And pass. Shoot. Draws a card. Attack 2. Force in hand and draw. Karn. Karn will just eat 4, so let's see if we can bait with Needle. Psychic Frog. And pass. No reason to cast Karn right now, or All's Dust for that matter. Consider. Kept it on top, we'll pass. I'll actually put it up Force to Yard. Frog. Draw. Devourer. Devourer, targeting frog. Do you have consign? No consign. Devour ETBs. We'll pass. Yeah, I really do like needle effects in the frog. It is very relevant. Thought Scour. Oh, they Thought Scour me again? I guess they did. Double blue. Murktide. Force in hand, draw. Tower. In that case, I have access to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Versus if I start with 4, then we can cast All Is Dust and attack in, forcing them to block. Yes. Cast Karn. Fetch, down to 4. Force. All Is Dust. Combat. Attack of Devourer. They're forced to block. And pass. And Bone scoops it up. We'll take the win. Solid round 1. We'll be back for round number 2. Alright, we're back for match number 2 on the draw for game 1. I will keep. We have 8 hits off the top for Tron on 3. Otherwise, we do have 10 hits off the top for Tezzeret on 2. We draw. So we'll start with the mine. We'll pass. If we don't draw into the Tron land, we'll go for Tezzeret, so we can go for Tron on 4. Yes. Marsh Flats fetch 19. Surveil. Question is Backstreet or Sewers? Meticulous Archive. Okay. Keeps it on top. We'll pass. Godless Shrine. Shot. Could be Blink. Could still be Oculus or Murktide. Thinking Felia potentially. K Command. In that case, I'll play Lab. Tuxire. Cast Tezzeret. Minus Tezzeret. For map. And pass. Here comes Felia. Yep. And pass. Plays a Plains. Do you have Flicker Wisp? Frog. I do want to K-command that frog now. Flicker Frog. No reason not to. Get rid of Felia, get rid of Frog. I actually don't know. Again, I kind of want to get rid of both. There's Karn. You could have an Ephem, though, which I don't like. So play the tower. I'll play a map. Yeah, I think just going for map into Karn might make sense here. Map. And hold. And hold. Ketra. Was not expecting Ketra, I'll be honest. Alright. So now they can do some Ketra shenanigans, drawn cards and whatnot. We can exile Ketra with K command next turn. Once on the turn, you can resolve that. Pitch, pitch, exile, or float, draw. Always yield Ketra, only yield the frog float. Pitch Solitude, bold move Cotton. Alright, so that's going to be 8 down to 12. They'll blink the Ketra, draw another card. Or rather, flicker the Ketra. Trigger target Ketra, trigger resolves. Pitch Emperor. So this is 9 down to 11. They have not played their land for turn. Sewers, Surveil. Solitude to Yard, end step trigger. Crack map for Power Plant. So I'll have access to 9 mana. I will draw. Play the Power Plant. We can K command exile frog. And that would leave me a 5, 6, X2, yeah. If we do that though, they'll likely just turn on Ketra. We also have to worry about Felia as well. And if we try and flute the frog, they can Felia flicker flute, then float frog for blockers. Felia can flicker the sire, so that's not a good option either. Honestly, the issue might be Felia more than anything. Huh. Yeah. I guess we can exile Felia, Karn, Needle, Frog. That is a thought. Yeah, I think that might be best. Ketra needs how many in Yard? Or how many exile? 7. So my thought here is cast Karn. Karn ETBs. Minus Karn. Yes. Pithy Needle. Cast Needle. Name site Chick Frog. K command. Rampant Exile. Exile Felia. This way, Ketramos should still be underneath Lock and Key. Felia will be down, and we can block the frog. Alright, we'll hold. Pain cost for Baelmerk. Baelmerk finding Solitude, Felia, another frog. Chooses Bones. Okay. Cast Bones. Bones pulls what? Bones pulls K command. Weird, but okay. Trigger Ketra. Attack with Frog at me. How much mana do I need for next turn? I want to clear Overlord, Bones, and be able to block the Frog. Right now they have 4, 5, and Exile. We can pop, clear. Unfortunately, Ketchmos is not as easily dealt with. That'd be 8 mana. We then have 1 left over, 2, 7. So 2, 3, 6, actually. Alternatively, we could just get to the point of playing Bridge. Let's go to blocks, block the Frog, end step, trigger, always yield, and draw. Ugin. Okay, I think Ugin locks it up, because now we'll play Ugin. Ugin, exile, Frog, yeah. They can't really do too much about Ugin. Alright. Let's go to game 2 sideboard. For those wondering whether or not I was going to play Broodscale today, my plan is to still play Broodscale. I just want to... I wanted to play this because we updated this list slightly after yesterday, and I want to test it out some more. I'm still debating whether or not, A, if I'll play in tomorrow's showcase, and B, if I do, what I'll play. But as I was talking about between matches, which YouTube didn't get to see, is I'm planning on testing E-Tron, E-Ramp, and Broodscale. 2 versions of each. Broodscale would be Tezzeret and Lab. E-Tron would be Fleshraker or TKS. And E-Ramp would be Ice Till and Writhing Chrysalis to see which one of each deck is performing best. That way I can make a more educated decision for my RC list. What we want, Fexing Bauble. I'm not sure we want Soul Guide Lantern because of Ketra. We do want Pithing Needle though. Chalice feels a bit rough here. I do wonder if going Karn Liberated is relevant because of its exile ability. Being able to exile Ketra is pretty valuable. So maybe something like this. Because Tormod's Crypt, no. Cage, no. Soul Guide, no. Disruptor Flute, better as a Karn target. Local Metal Coating, Filigree Silex, Torpor Orb, no. Torpor Orb's good, but I'd rather Karn pull it. Snare Bridge, no. Transfer, no. No. Yeah, I think it might be better like this. I'll bring in the Karn Liberated. Because I think it is, to be fair, pretty difficult for them to deal with. Planeswalkers in general are kind of the bane of Blink's existence, but we have to be mindful that they're going to be bringing White Orchid Phantom in, so we do need to play around that. So especially on the draw, turn 3 Tron's probably not the hand we want to keep, unless we have a backup plan as well. So need to be mindful of that. Obviously, they do need to have the cards to get there, but we'll have to wait and see. I prefer like double soul and K command hand by comparison. I think that would be best. Like, I think my ideal hand here, Lab, 7 mana value spell, Mind Stone. No, on the draw, even that's a bit rough. Because with White Orchid on their turn 2, can be a bit difficult to claw our way back, especially if they have Felia or Ephem or Flicker Wisp to re-trigger it. Doubly so if they also bring in Vindicate. Since they're on blue, we also have to pay attention to Consigned Memory. So they could have a lot of cards here to disrupt us. Probably like at least 3 Consign. I'd say 2 to 3 White Orchid Phantoms. Maybe 2 Vindicates. Okay. This is interesting. I'll keep it. I will pass. I'm going to take this Archive Surveil. We're going to go for Tron. Second Temple. Question is whether or not... Actually, maybe we go Temple Bauble. And I kind of like that. Actually, let's go Lab Bauble. Well, no, I don't want to go Lab Bauble. We'll go Temple Bauble. Pass. So no Solitudes for free. And then from here, we can play TKS unless they have White Orchid. Do you have White Orchid Phantom? You do not. Instead, you have Felia, most likely. Felia is a bit awkward here, admittedly. Because they'll play it after I play the TKS. And they'll be able to bounce the TKS to draw a card. Not my favorite thing, but... They'll play the Felia now. Once they are holding up Consign. And I guess Felia flickering the TKS is a bit interesting because it is always going to be neutral unless they consign the Felia trigger of the TKS in exile. I mean, next turn we're likely going to go Tower Map and try and land Sire on turn 4 if we can help it. Paying cost, Consign, or Felia. Consign. Okay. TKS eating Consign is perfectly fine by me. Alright. And we'll pass in full at this point. Yeah, still not sure what the final version of this list looks like. It's also possible that TKS and Fleshraker aren't even the best cards for it. Vindicate? Clarion Conqueror. Clarion Conqueror's kind of rough, actually. I'm not entirely certain if this matchup makes sense for Clarion Conqueror, to be completely honest, but funny enough, it does hurt me a lot right now. Because I can't map for Temple. So I think I just hold. I don't think there's anything else we really want to do here. So we either want to draw into another Temple or 7-mana value spell for Lab. Yeah. I guess I could play Tezzeret just to have them throw some damage at it. But I'd rather just hold it, I suppose. Yeah, we'll just hold it. Threaten, basically bluff that we have a K command. And hold. There's Olor the Balemerk. Okay, trigger. Yield. There's Felia. You'll pick up Felia. And attacks. Alright. Down to 17. Trigger, always yield. And draw. Power Plant. I will play the Power Plant. I will pass. They'll cast Felia. Yep. Next turn you can play the Sire, but it might be a little bit too late, unfortunately. They'll take 5 down to 12. They'll flicker the Overlord, which means we're not dead yet, admittedly, but we're not in a good spot either. Especially if they're holding up a Solitude. Flicker Overlord. Yeah, the Conqueror unironically has hosed me here. So I say it doesn't really make sense, but it's effective. Over the Bailmerk, ETB trigger. Oh no. Okay, so they pulled another one. Pulled the Solitude. Pulled the Trawler. Interesting. And I guess if you cast Trawler here, you do have lethal on board, because this will be 8 plus 5, 13. Yeah, that is a thing. So I think I need either Allah's Dust, Ugin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no. We need Allah's Dust, Devourer. Yeah. K command would also be good. Affiliate trigger, ETBs, and finds frog or bones. I imagine they take bones here. Yep. And draw. Oofda. So we cast Sire. They flicker Sire. That is 3, 6, 9, 14. We cast anything else and it does nothing. I will concede. Alright, let's move to game 3. I will cut Gemstone. I will bring back in Chalice, question mark. Chalice on 1 hits Ephem, Consign, Thoughtseize. I'm pretty sure they pulled Fatal Push. So it'd mainly be Ephem, Consign, Thoughtseize. X equals 2 hits Frog, Emperor Bones, Felia, White Orchid. It is a bit fragile into the face of Witch Blessed, however. So it's possible maybe that's not the right choice, but let's go Chalice and run it back. On the play for game 3, 8 hits off the top for Tron on 3. Let's go for it. And pass. And pass. Otherwise, we'll go for Karn on 3. Flooded Strand. Passing, draw. Sire. We'll hold. Surveil. All right, and second main, Witch Blessed, Bolt, 16 for White Orchid. White Orchid targets what? Temple Float. Yes. I will grab a Waste and crack the map for Lab. Draw. Dismember. Dismember is tempting over Karn. I will play Vexing Bauble. I will dismember White Orchid now. And pass and hold. I'd love another Lab, because then we could Karn directly into Torpor Orb. Witch Blessed Bolt, 13. For what? Another White Orchid? Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp target Witch Blast. Yes. End step goes to pop the Vexing Bauble. Always yield. And draw a card. Karn Lib. Draw. Devourer. The fact that we're not drawing lands here or K commands kind of rough. I will cast Karn. I will minus Karn for what? I suppose a Torpor Orb would help. We'll go with Torpor Orb. I guess there is some consideration of going with Trinisphere and potentially bricking them unless they have another land in hand. But that is a bit of a Hail Mary. And we'll go Torpor Orb and pass. We're still technically on curve, but we're definitely not where we want to be. Karn will take 3, which blessed at me down to 14. End step, draw, land. Cast Torpor Orb. Do you have Consign? You do not. Pass. No Felia, hold. Would love to see a power plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a soul land. I'll take a K command as well. But at least now we have a bit of insulation. I imagine if they had Consign, they would have used it for the Torpor Orb. I'd be surprised if they wouldn't. Take 5. Down to 9. I'd love to see that Meticulous Archive get tapped. Power Plant's 4 hits. Soul Lands is 6, so I think we have 10 hits here. Draw. Mindstone. Mindstone is not it, but it gets us closer. Because 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Play the Mindstone. Does it resolve? It does. The problem now is we're going to take 5 down to 4, and if they have a Consign in hand or just holding, then we're in trouble. Even more so if they have... Oh, yeah. There's one downside about that. So that is 8 down to 1. Shadow Backstreet Surveil. So yeah, if they have Consign, we're in trouble. What did you pitch for the Solitude? Ethem? Down to 1. Do you have Consign is the question. Alright. And we need a land. That is in fact a land. Wish you were turned sooner, friend. So what are my options here? I could play Sire 7 Deaths, then we die to Felia. I could play Ugin, exile Flicker Wisp, gain 3, that's not enough. Devourer is not enough. Karn Liberated's not enough, so I think we have to play the Sire 7 Death. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugin Lab. I'll tuck the Karn Lib. Just in case. Do you have Consign? We'll pass. Consign or Felia wins you the game. Paying cost. Consign. Really good job holding that. I feel like they had that when we played the Torpor Orb and they held it, which was smart. I will concede. Unfortunate. All right. We'll be back for match 3. All right, and we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. 8 hits off the top. I will keep. So looking for Tron on turn 3. Otherwise, double Devourer. Interesting. Power Plant. Map. Pass. Pass. I think I've learned that it's not always correct to reveal multiple Devourers unless you're specifically digging for something. If your hand's already good and you're just trying to make it better, then you don't. Play a tower, draw, dust. I will play Ugin's Lab, question mark. Now I'll go Ugin's Lab, imprint, dust, and hold. Power Plant and Mind Stone. Alright. Is there a world where I want an extra mana? Probably not. So we'll just hold. Draw. Temple. Cast Karn. Minus Karn. ES. For Liquid Metal Coating, currently have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana next turn. Yes, I'll go Liquid Metal Coating. And pass. And pass. Do you have Karn? Seven. Flesh Rake. TKS pulls Liquid Metal Coating. That is a bit of an issue. We have Karn. We draw. There's mine. So now we have Tron next turn. Now I could play... what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could Karn minus for Walking Ballista. I also could Karn for Bridge. However, Flesh Raker will still be able to attack. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think Ballista might be the best choice here, unironically. Otherwise, I guess I could just prime for Extinguisher Battleship. That is also a consideration, but if they have another TKS, that'd be a bit rough, admittedly. I will Karn minus. And we'll Karn minus. Yes. For Battleship. Guess we could have Karn plus on map, block TKS, take the hit from Flesh Rake. And that is another possibility. We'll go Battleship and pass. Yeah, I think maybe I should have Karn plus on map, block, crack, 2 down to 2. 7, Ugin. That is fine, I'll pop Ugin. Triggers. Always yield, always yield, always yield. Ugin ETBs. Ugin plus always yield. Tower. 3 mana, 4, 5. At Karn, at me, down to 13. Map, triggers. Always yield. Does make it more complicated. And end step. Crack the map for a tower. Draw. Tezzeret. So we can go tower. We can pop Ugin, clear board. They have 3 cards in hand. 2 of them are Devourers. So I'm thinking we might just do that. Because, yeah, popping a land here just gets them to map. I will cast Battleship. Battleship will pop Ugin. Crack map, find tower. You can crack the Mind Stone to draw another card. And always yield. Trigger, always yield. Draw. K command. Alright, I will hold. And draw. Crack Mind Stone. Draw. Play tower. Devourer. And what? Map. You shouldn't crack the map now. Should have probably held that. Because if I draw into another card, we're in a good position. I will pass and draw. Devourer. I mean, K command can deal with the Devourer just fine. So I'm thinking we do what here? If I cast K command, ramp, and scry draw, we currently have access to 2, 4, 6, 8, 11. And 11 done. Let's see here. There's Ugin. There's the second Karn. Soul Guide out. Mind Stone out. Mind Stone out. Map out. Thinking Dismembers out. K command top. Do we want Sire? Bottom. Top. Top. Draw. So then we can cast Karn. I can minus Karn. Yes. For Liquid Metal Coating. Cast Liquid Metal Coating. Cast Karn. New Karn. And opponent scoops it up. Yeah, that's why they should have held the map. They had no business cracking that. They really should have held it. Win for game 1. Let's move the sideboard. Let's look at our sideboard guide for Eldrazi Tron. No, I clicked the right Karn. I'm almost 1000% certain that I did. Clicked on the one that had 5 loyalty. That's the one I want to keep, right? I could be wrong. Guess I'll have to look back at the replay. That'd be funny if that was the case, though. Let's see. Bauble, Soul Guide out, Dust out, Lib, Extinguisher, Battleship in. We do want Needle though, don't we? Yes, we want Needle. Chalice of the Void should probably be out. Yes, Chalice is not doing much here. Let's run it back. Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, we'll go for Tron again. We have 8 hits off the top. I will keep. I will reveal. I will pass. Lab. Mindstone. A turn 2 Karn would actually be really rough. Trigger. There's mine. Draw. Mine. Map. Do you have Karn? Pass. Mine. Karn. Concede? Nope. Alright, we're good. Draw. Tower. We'll hold the Dismember on the off chance it's relevant, but we're in a good position here. Attack. Down to 18. Second main. End step. Crack map. Power plant. And draw. Power plant. I will start with TKS. Flute. Flute name what? Karn. Triggers. Flute. Okay. Interesting. First one comes in, naming what? Imagine Karn Tezzeret? Karn the Great Creator. Okay. I mean, that's symmetrical. Ugin, Eye of the Storms. That's fine. Paying cost. More? You have more? You have 3 flutes? Okay. Sure. What's the last one? Tezzeret? Again, this is, I mean, very, very symmetrical effects here. So I'm okay with this. Tezzeret Cruel Captain? I mean, next turn we can play Devourer and then just start attacking. Okay, he picked another Thought Knot. I mean, that's fine. Again, that hits your Thought Knots too, and I feel like that's more impactful. Eat the Devourer. I mean, I guess I can just play Tezzeret? Do I just want to Dismember? Oh, I think I just Dismember you. Pass? Weird hand to keep. Very weird hand. Passing. Draw. Lab. Play Power Plant. Go to combat first. Attack with TKS. Down to 16. I mean, I think I just continue to pressure the board. Cast Devourer. No targets. Hold Dismember. Not like they can cast TKS, so I guess for another Fleshraker. 1. Dismember. TKS. Trigger. Resolves. Always yield. Lab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's a lot of flutes. Mind Stone draws a card. Okay. Draw. Sire. Sire 7 deaths. Go to tax. Attack. Down to 6. 2, 4, 5, 6. I mean, yeah, we'll just hold. If you have Karn, you can't do anything with Karn. What this? Yeah, you don't have enough. Okay. Is it a TKS? TKS ETBs? Dismember? Lethal on board? Always yield. And you pull a Tezzeret, and that's GG's. What a weird hand. Alright. Solid win for round 3. We'll be back for round number 4. Alright, we're back for match 4. On the draw for game 1, I will keep Reveal Devourer, pass. I mean, this is Tron on 3 as it stands. Looks like Affinity. That's a bit concerning, admittedly. Memnite, drone. Please don't have a Kappa. Trigger. I'm thinking TKS here. Play mine, map, and pass, and pass. Darksteel Citadel, do you have the Kappa? You do. I unfortunately can't deal with it right now. Another TKS. TKS is not doing me any good right now. And we have Tron. They play an artifact, then we can't dismember it. Another Kappa? Oh god. Triggers. Yeah, I can't do much about that, can I? Take 6. End step. So I need what? Karn would be decent. Mind Stone, not so much. We can dismember, pay 5, leave 2, down to 10, kill Kappa, take 6, 10. That's not an option. So what do we do? Well, I can play TKS. I suppose we play Mind Stone. I'm trying to think here. Play Mind Stone. Play TKS. Takes the Memnite. That way we have blockers. And pass? Yeah, that's not ideal. Thought monitor, concede. Alright, yeah, that was 2 Kappas on turn 2? Or was that 1 on turn 2, 1 on 3? Regardless. That was, how shall I say, less than ideal. Alright, let's look at Affinity. So we want to cut Soul Guide for EE, Needle, and that's it. So EE, Needle, send it back. Ooh boy. On the play, Chalice or Vexing Bauble would be good. On the draw, I guess we cut Chalice. Because Vexen Babel covers that. On the play for game 2. Potential Tron on 3. I'll keep. Bit risky. 8 hits off the top. We have Devourer. Put it down to 6. K command does help a bit. Trigger. There's Power Plant. Play Tower. Play Map. Pass. And pass. And Pinnacle Emissary. Yup. And Metalcraft with 2 cards. Opal, Trigger. Oh no, is this a turn 1 Kappa? Thoughtcast? No, thank God. Okay, still could be a turn 1 Kappa. Uh-huh. Bobble. Trigger. Draw. Draw. Power Plant. I will pass. Next turn we can EE with Tezzeret and clear pretty much their board. Drum. Okay. We'll take 4 down to 16. End step. Crack map. Grab mine. Draw. Mindstone. Cast Tezzeret. Does Tezzeret resolve? Do you have Consign? They're definitely thinking. I mean, if they Metallic Rebuke, we'll pay for it. I guess maybe I should have played the Mind Stone first for that reason, admittedly. Because at least that way I could pay for it. Tezzeret minus for EE. Cast EE. Again, do you have Consign? You do. Rude as hell. Mind Stone. Trigger Tezzeret. Always yield. I will do what? We can K command, exile drone. Tezzeret's still dead, so probably not. We'll just hold. Saga trigger. 1 card in hand. Go to combat. 2 at Tez, 2 at me. I think drawing out the Mind Stone's probably correct. Tez down. End step. Draw. Devourer, not what I wanted to see. Draw. Also not what I wanted to see. Ba, 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 ba. I suppose we can K command X5. Yeah. I think I'll hold. Make a construct. 1, 2, 3. Makes a construct. I'll hold. Draw, trigger. Makes a construct. Do you grab Boots or Swift Spear? Boots. Equip. Move to combat. Ramp, scry draw. X equals 5. Done. Play around Rebuke. Do you have Consign? There's Chalice. Chalice is not doing much. Tezzret's not doing much right now either. Neither is TKS nor Map. Top the K command. And we can block the constructs. Block and block. Do I want a K command? X equals 3. No, I think I want to hold. Yeah. We still need to play around Metallic Rebuke. Play mine. Ramp Scrydraw. Because these Devours really do nothing. There is Karn. Karn for days. We want none of these lands. So how do we want to proceed? We have 13 mana. We are going to want to Karn into Filigree Silex. That's 6. So we'll have 7 left over. So I think we can go Ugin Karn. Ugin Karn's 11. The thing is that doesn't play around. Yeah, I guess that doesn't play around Metallic Rebuke. So if I go Karn... Well, actually, I don't think it matters. If I go Karn, go Filigree Silex, that's 6. We need Ugin first. Yeah, we need to draw into Ugin first. So I guess we can go bottom Karn, bottom Ugin, top Karn, cast Karn. Is it Consign? Rebuke. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So we were right to play around the Rebuke. A minus Karn. Yes. This is why I run both Filigree Silex and Filigree Silex. And then sacrifice, Filigree Silex, clear, and pass left with 1 mana. And opponent scoops it up. Okie dokie. That was good. I will want Gemstone back in, and I will cut the Chalice. We'll run it back like this. On the draw for game 3. I mean, that is in fact Tron on 3 again. I will keep. I will pass. Ornithopter, Opal, Memnite, Springleaf, pass, draw, Tezzeret, map. Do you have Consign? No Consign, we pass. Blue. Damping Sphere. Damping Sphere is a problem. Draw. How do we want to proceed then? We'll play the tower regardless. I will... I swear sometimes I almost want to play Talismans plus Forest, not for sowing Mycospawn, but just for Haywire Might. It is tempting sometimes. I will pass 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm tempted to K command here and set them back off of Kappa. Yeah. So no Kappa for you. And pass. Because Tezzeret can go for EE next turn. Red. Red. Opal. I guess Pinnacle Emissary? No. Weird. Draw. Tower. I'll play the tower and cast Tezzeret. Tezzeret minus for Bauble or EE? That's actually kind of interesting. I think we still go EE. We'll pass. Because that should cut them off of mana at this point. Yeah, I can't play EE right now because of Damn Sphere. And pass. Passing. Draw. Play Temple. Cast EE. Do you have Consign? Consign. A bit rude, not gonna lie. I could cast Needle. Naming what, though? I mean, I guess I could name Urza Saga. Cast Needle, name Urza Saga. And that way they can't make constructs, trigger Tezzeret, and pass. Blue, Pinnacle Emissary. You can cast one card, Bauble, triggers. Bauble, target me. And we have lands, we don't need to crack the map yet. Warp. Bauble. Draw. TKS, TKS, we will cast TKS. Always yield. Take the Kappa. Play Swamp. And pass. And pass. Pinnacle Emissary. Memnite, Leaving Moon. Take the one. Tezzeret takes the one. Okay. Draw. All is dust. I will play the lab. No imprint. And TKS. TKS hits Moon. No cards in hand. Go to combat. Attack. Down to 16. Untap TKS. And pass. I will crack map on end step. Bauble. Bauble target me. Kind of meaningless because I have the map. They should have waited till my end step. Tezzeret down. Yep. Crack map for, we'll say mine, just in case. Draw. Maybe getting the waste would have been better, actually. In case they do have another Blood Moon. Though I think actually with Ugin, it doesn't matter. Ugin, done. Always yield. Do you have Consign or Rebuke? You do not. I'll draw a card. Ugin, combat, attack. Down to 8. We'll pass. Thought Monitor. Okay, you draw 2. You found a land, but you can't make constructs. 2. Thoughtcast. Draw 2. And attack Ugin. Sure, sure. And draw. Draw with Ugin. K command. Play mine. I can just go exile scry draw. And done. Target. Thought Monitor. Resolve. Bottom. Bottom. Top and draw. And opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win. That will put us to a 3-1 record at the end of 4. All right, not bad at all. We'll be back for match number 5. All right, we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. We will keep 8 hits off the top for Tron on 3. Bloodstained Mire, fetch 19, Thoughtseize on 1. Godless Shrine, shock 17. Yeah, Thoughtseize. Takes the map, I'd imagine. So then we're probably looking at this sequence. And I'd be surprised if they didn't take map. Because then they're gambling that we don't draw. Really? Okay. Tron land. Mine or tower. TKS, not what we're looking for. We'll pass. And pass. Still have 8 hits off the top for next draw. Otherwise, we're looking at this sequence into probably TKS on turn 3. Mardu Energy, maybe? Bombardment, Mardu Energy, okay. Draw. Temple, we'll play Temple, play the Mind Stone, hold Dismember, and hold. Bloodstained Mire, casting, what? A Johnny ETBs. Do we just dismember a Johnny now? They know about our dismembers. They're just gonna hold, so yeah, we're just going to dismember Johnny. Johnny down, pass. You'll make a cat. We'll take 5. Yep. No legal targets. Make a token. And draw. Another temple. I'd love to draw a threat here. TKS. ETB, always yield. Let's take a peek. Bloodstained Mire, fetch. And I guess you could Galvanic Discharge and Bombardment me. Fatal Push? No shot. Well, there's the push. Triggers. Always yield. And we'll draw a card. We'll take the Bombardment. I am tempted to crack the Mind Stone. Not this turn, probably on end step though. Arid Mesa, casting, Ocelot Pride, that resolves. Take 2 down to 13. No reason to dismember right now. We're at a theoretical 11 though. End step, crack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll crack. Draw. Mine, okay. Draw. Devourer. So we're gonna play the Devourer. I mean, I think it's best that we devour Bombardment here. Otherwise, things can get pretty out of hand. We'll pass in full. Only card in hand is Arid Mesa. Fetch to 9. They've dealt themselves a lot of damage. Surveil. Please no Flage. Ragavan. And pass. Arid Mesa. No attacks, I'd imagine. Draw. Mine. I am tempted to attack here, not gonna lie. I'm gonna hold though. And on end step, we'll crack map for tower, and we hope to draw into Ugin or Sire to finish out things. Arid Mesa, Surveil, Sacred Foundry. Okay. Pain cost for Voice of Victory. Yes, that is fine. End step, crack the map, grab the tower, draw, Chalice. Play the tower, Chalice on 1. Is Chalice on 2 better? I'm gonna stop the Guide of Souls, I think is right. We'll pass. We hold. Combat. No attacks. End step, draw. TKS. Cast TKS. Nothing. In that case, I'm thinking of attacking here. Go to combat, attack with Devourer. Down to 2. Now we could dismember Voice. Put me down to 9. They have 2 lands in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not enough to Flage plus haste. It is tempting to dismember. No, we'll just hold and pass since we can't cast anything. Land, Arena of Glory. Draw. K command. Well, in that case, I think we just go for the game. Well, I guess actually if I just go dismember Voice, exile Pride. So let's first scry draw, exile, Pride. I'll leave back 7 mana. And done. So bottom, 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 top, bottom, top. All is dust. Combat. Attack. And we got there. Alright. Solid win against energy. I will cut the Vexing Bauble. We want Pithy Needle. What else do we want here? Energy. We want EE. And cut Chalice here. Alright, I want to say that's it. More in the back. on the draw for game 2. This hand is a mulligan. Yeah, not much we can do with it. Mulligan. This hand's interesting, actually. If I keep, we pitch what? Pitch Karn. Play Exile, play Mindstone Temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll keep. Pitch, done. Play, exile, pass. It's a little bit wonky, but if we can get to K command, another temple, Sire would be good. And we have options. Guide of Souls, yep. Draw. Power Plant. Play the Power Plant, cast the Mind Stone, and pass, and pass. Unless we draw into the mine or a map, we'll probably end up going Temple. So that way we can potentially draw into Temple for Sire on turn 3. Voice triggers attack down to 19. Alright, triggers. And draw. Power Plant. Alright, yeah, playing the Temple gives us how many hits? Actually, this is kind of interesting. So if we play Temple, we have 3 hits off the top. If I play Tower, we have 4 hits off the top. We'll play the Tower, and there's a world where we crack the Mind Stone, I suppose. Yeah, I think that is a possibility. We'll pass. Because we have 4 hits for the mine. If I draw into Thoughtseize, that's kind of rough. It's the Sire, which means I don't have a castable now. Sacred Foundry, Shock 13 for what? Bombardment. That's going to be a bit painful because this will be 2, 4, 6, 8 damage down to 11. Yeah, so I think I need to crack the Mind Stone. We'll pause on end step. I guess maybe there's a world where we crack the Mind Stone now. Hold up. I'll crack the Mind Stone now. In case we draw into Dismember. Or Mind Stone. Nope, we'll pass. Alright. And Bombardment down to 11. Yep. Draw. It's definitely a risky hand. And we're kind of getting punished for it. 3, 4, 4, 6, 6, 8, 10. I mean, if they have a single creature, we lose. Crack. Draw. Karn. A bit late to the party, friend. If they have a single creature, we lose. Let's see it. Yeah, it goes 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. Pass. No, it was a risky hand. Yep, we'll concede. It was very top deck dependent, and our top decks were not all too good. We'll cut the gemstone, bring in the chalice, and run it back. I guess there's a world where maybe exiling the Sire, keeping the Karn was better. At least then we had a castable on turn 2. Yeah, it would have been a turn 2 Karn by comparison, to where else we never cast the Sire. On the play, 4 hits, but we do have the Tezzeret. The Tezzeret on 2 would be 10 hits. I will keep. So we have 14 hits total off the top. Opponent mulligans down to 6, down to 5. Play the power plant and pass. And pass. Sacred Foundry shock for Ragavan. That is a problem. Would love to see Dismember. E-Temp, not it. So in that case, we'll play the tower and we'll pass. Worst case scenario here is Molten Rain, Blood Moon, Charmaw. Attack. Ragavan hits and pilfers. We'll probably pilfer the mine. Eldrazi Temple, that's fine. Land, fetch. Ocelot Pride. Okay, no Blood Moon. Ocelot Pride. Draw. Devourer. So we will play Lab. We'll imprint Devourer. We'll cast the Tezzeret. I will minus. There is a few considerations here. If they have Wear Tear or Static Prison, playing the map is a risk. Otherwise, we have 7 mana next turn. I'll play the map. We'll take the risk. Triggers. Pass. And pass. Bloodstained Mire. At least 2 damage will go to Tezzeret. So Ragavan will probably hit me. Pride will probably hit Tezzeret. Surveil. Duress. Pass. Karn will have 3 mana after ETB. Bridge is a bit early. We could go Ballista, I suppose. At me, at Tez, at Tez. Yep, makes sense. What is Ragavan Pilfer? Pilfer is mine, of course. Always hits the cards you want. Pyro. Pyro's fine. Pitching what? Draw 2 Flage. That's less fine. But they don't have enough in Yard for it. Ocelot Pride triggers. Yikes. That's a lot of cats, though. We could go Filigree Silex and clear the tokens out. Though Sire might be the right move instead. Crack. Mine. Play mine. I mean, a Sire's 7 deaths will eat, let's say, the Ragavan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll end up actually taking 7 damage total. Otherwise, we can cast Karn, go Filigree Silex, and it mitigates 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. Not to mention the 3 at Karn. 7, 9, we'll have 10 next turn. Yeah, I wonder if Karn into Filigree Silex is actually better. As strange as that sounds. Because Karn to Filigree clears all their tokens, clears all their cats. They have to send 3 at Karn, so probably Ocelot Pride, Season Pyro, which means we'll take 3 down to 13. versus taking 7 down to 9. But if they can't deal with the Sire... No, I think we play Sire. Though, if they either Thraben Charm or Static Prison it, am I dead? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I mean, that is a genuine problem. Also, a Goblin Bombardment kills me. So Bombardment, Thraben Charm, Static Prison outright kills me. That is a bit of a concern. Next turn, I'll have access to 10 mana. Unfortunately, not enough for Karn directly into... Extinguisher Battleship. So yeah, our options are Sylex or Sire. I don't know. This one's a bit tricksy. Sylex guarantees we're not dead, though. And I think maybe for that reason, it's better to go that direction. Cast Karn. Minus Karn. Yes. For Filigree Sylex. Cast Sylex. And do we crack now or hold? I will hold. No reason to crack it right now. Because I think that's the only way we make sure we don't die. Arena of Glory. That's a bit concerning. Hasting. What are you hasting? Voice. Voice is fine. And what else? Nothing else? Okay, so I'm glad we held the Filigree Sylex. They'll attack. Alright, I imagine they send 3 at Karn, or at least 2 at Karn. Or I guess, yeah, at least 2 at Karn, everything else at me. Voice of Victory will trigger. Trigger, always yield. Filigree Sylex, sacrifice. Alright, we pass in full. Karn down, Ugin. Would have liked my Ugin. Triggers. Now I make more cats, which is a genuine problem. Draw. Mindstone. Mindstone's not doing much. We'll play the Temple. So we can cast Sire of 7 Deaths. What's in exile right now? Nothing of import. Cast Karn. Karn minus for what? Yes. Probably for Tormod's Crypt. The other option is to go for Extinguisher Battleship. So let's say we block you. We go to 19. You send 3 at Karn. Let's say if you have a win, though. How do you want to proceed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll be at 6. They shouldn't be able to flage as is. So I think maybe going the Extinguisher Battleship might be correct, because they can't go for flage right now. Even if they discharge Karn, which they would have done last turn then, the only thing that absolutely hoses me is a Goblin Bombardment. Yeah, Goblin Bombardment absolutely hoses me. But I don't think I really have much of a choice there. So let's grab the Extinguisher Battleship. Yes. Alright, comes down to this turn. What you got, opponent? Thankfully, the Arena Glory's tapped as well, which is nice. So they can't haste the Flage. Bombardment hoses me. I guess actually a Discharge does too, because they can discharge whatever I'm blocking. That would be a problem. Johnny's fine. Discharge, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. So we die to Discharge, die to Goblin Bombardment. I think that's it. I think those are their only 2 outs. And they haven't seen either one of those cards. Do you send dudes at Karn? If you send dudes at Karn, it means that we're not dead. If you send everything at me, I'm dead. Karn, okay. I mean, it looks like we have a turn at least. 4 at Karn. So Karn's dead. The rest at me. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mobilize. At me. Block Ragavan. They have 2 cards in hand. If they fetch Surveil, that'd be 4 or 5. They would need 1 more card to put into yard in order for it to matter. So I think we're good blocking the Ragavan. Yes. Yeah? Yeah. Up to 17. Down to 10. Karn's down. Do you have Blood Moon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'd only be at 6. 1 card. Triggers. Holy hell. We got our turn. When people ask me if Extinguisher Battleship's worth it, moments like this are exactly why it is. Soul Guide Lantern on top of which? Let's go. Waste. So in that case, we can cast Extinguisher Battleship. I guess it might be worth it to go tap, tap, 8. No, I guess not. I was trying to see if there's a way to keep lab up. I don't think there is. So we go 7, 8, Soul Guide, keep the lab up. Yeah. So Extinguisher Battleship. Target Arena of Glory. Go to combat. Attack. No blocks. Up to 17. Charge or station the battleship. Cast Soul Guide Lantern. Soul Guide Lantern will eat Flage, or Arid Mesa fetch. Sacred Foundry tapped. Soul Guide ETBs. Paying cost. Yep. Not much we can do about that, but that's fine. You will get your 2 tokens. I will eat your Flage. Flage down. No other Flages hiding in there, so we're good. I mean, we have lethal on board as it stands. Pyro. Pyro could pitch a Flage and then escape it. So I'll just Soul Guide now. Yeah, we'll just Soul Guide now. That way they can't play land, escape Flage. Blood Crypt, okay. It is still lethal because we can return Devourer. Onslaught Pride, okay. And pause on end step. Return Devour to hand. Draw. Mine, I'll play the mine. And cast Devourer. Exile Ocelot Pride. I guess Ocelot Pride and Seasoned Pyre are kind of the same. They more or less represent two toughness. I will play the Mind Stone. I will crack the Mind Stone. I mean, I'll play the Mind Stone. No reason to crack it, though. Go to combat. Attack. So we'll mitigate 4 damage out of the 17. So they should be alive and at 2. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Alright, they are left at 2. And I think we have it from here. I'll put a pause on end step. I cannot imagine what they could possibly draw into that would get them out of the situation. Alright. Solid stuff. Extinguisher Battleship for the win. Whew. That was a close one. We'll be back for match number 6. Alright, we're back for match 6 on the play for game 1. We have 4 hits off the top, but we have Devourer. We'll send it. And if we don't hit it, we have TKS on 2. Seems like a fair trade. Looking for tower. There's the tower. Alright. Grab tower. Play mine. Pass. And pass. Flooded Strand. Pass. Draw. Power Plant. Pass. We got ourselves a Natural Tron with the help of Devourer. Fetch 19. Surveil. I mean, they know we have Devourer, so it's doubtful they'll play into it. Flooded Strand. Pass. Draw. Map. Play tower. Cast TKS. TKS ETBs. Do you have Fatal Push? Looks like you have Fatal Push. No Fatal Push? I guess you could still have Fatal Push. Yeah, Fatal Push. Push resolves. Trigger TKS, you draw a card. TKS. Oh. Counterspell, Bolt, Snapcaster, Tishana's Tidebinder. I'm thinking we take the counterspell. Like, I want to kind of take the Tishana's, admittedly. But I think I'd take the counterspell so I can resolve my stuff. Take the counterspell. Play map. Do I crack the map now? I mean, if they wanted to Shauna's it, they could be my guest, but yeah, we'll crack the map now to thin. Grab the tower and pass. So Grixis control will pass. Spire Bluff Canal, pass, draw. Tower. It's probably correct to just play Devourer at this point. And pass. And pass. This way you can pressure the board. And if they really want to, they could... What? Why would you do that? I mean, they could have bolted, Snapcaster bolted, right? Why would you concede? You could have had pressure on board, and I would have had nothing. I mean, I guess to be fair, they don't know I have nothing, but double K command as well. Weird. All right. Grixis control. It's been a minute since I've looked at that, actually. Hold up. Grixis. Where is Grixis control? Okay. There it is. Jesus, 0.4 of the meta. Kaido, Cling, Snapcast. I mean, I guess Needle. Tameo, 3 and 85. Kaido is nowhere on this list, but Frog should be there-ish. You play 2 Force. You play Flare, 4 and 50, 2 and 44-ish. Dismember, yes. Do you play Harbinger in this side? No. Cut Chalice. Grafdiggers could be relevant, because it does stop snap, but I don't think we want that. Yeah, let's just run it back like this. On the draw for game 2. Yeah, it was weird that they conceded there, though. It's a Tezzeret on 2. A Karn on 3. I'll keep. I'll pass. I'm gonna tuck the Ugin instead of the Sire. Scouting Tarn, pass. Ugin's Lab. Okay, well this makes it interesting. I will hold. I mean, if they give me an open window, there's a world to recast Karn next turn, rather than Tezzeret. Steam Vents, tapped. We'll hold. Watery Grave, tapped. So they need to hold Consign. Draw. I think I just tuck the Sire regardless. Tuck Sire. I'm tempted to go Tezzeret as bait, but if it resolves, we do have options. Tezzeret? Paying cost for Consign. I will pass. And pass. Next turn we'll play Karn. Draw. Temple. Cast Karn. Karn resolves. Now we have to be mindful that they could have Bolt. Two, 4, 5, 7 next turn. Can they deal with a bridge? Actually, no, they can. Flame of Anor would work. We could tax them with a Trinisphere. Leveler is also pretty hard for them to deal with, admittedly. I will minus Karn. Do you have a Tishana's Tidebinder? Tishana's Tidebinder resolves. Okay. We'll pass. Do they attack down Karn is the next question. We'll pass. Attack down Karn or attack me? Attack down Karn. Makes sense. And draw. Ugin. If I tuck Sire, I can cast Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next turn 7. We'll play the Sire. Do you have a response? Paying cost for counterspell. Okay. 3 in hand. We're burning through, and if the Ugin can resolve, we should be in a good spot. Combat. 17. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We also could play another Sire. Draw. Power plant. Ugin. Trigger target. Always yield. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next we have Sire. Do you have Consign? Paying cost for Tishana's Tidebinder doesn't work as well as you'd hope. It'll counter the trigger, yes. However, Ugin will still have its abilities once it ETBs. Force. Pitching Flame. Bold move got him. Alright, we'll pass. Interesting. 1 card in hand. We'll pass. We'll take 6 down to 11. Next turn we can play Sire. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So unless we draw into a 7-mana value spell, we can't play Ugin. Land tapped. 1 in hand. Draw. Map. Ooh. Hello. In that case, I will attempt to play Map. Does Map resolve? Crack the Map. Yes. Grab mine. Play mine. Return Sire. Cast Sire 7 deaths. Pass. Body hits the board. Paying cost. Sheoldred's Edict. Okay. 0 cards in hand. Ugin is next turn. We'll pass. Question comes down to what did they draw? Down to 8. Or sorry, down to 5. Casting Frog. Frog is fine. We draw. I want to still exile Frog. Ugin. Ugin. Exile Frog. Frog down. Ugin hits board. Plus Karn. That is 3. Cast Needle. Exile. Name Psychic Frog. Frog out. No reason to play a land. We'll pass. And pass. Opponent scoops it up. We got there. Solid wins against Grixis in control. Not bad at all. We'll be back for round number 7. Alright, and we're back for match 7 on the play for game 1. This hand is a mulligan, right? Yeah, there's nothing that makes this hand better. Because we go... It's a Tron on 3 at earliest. Yeah, we mulligan this. Mulligan. I mean... Yeah, we keep... We pitch tower. Pitch tower. Play bobble on 1. Opponent mulligans down to 6. Please be Affinity. And mine. Bobble. 4 hits off top. 8 if we look at Tron on 4, I suppose. Sacred Foundry. So we're looking probably at K command, X1 on 2, draw. Ugin. Tuck Ugin. Hold K command. Main. You should go to combat before you play anything. So 8 hits off top for Tron on 4, which would be good, admittedly. They should go to combat first. Instead, they're going to play Ragavan. Discharge. Why would you do that? Ramp Exile. Done. No targets. Windswept Heath. Passing. End step. Draw. Temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll play the Temple because it keeps as many lines open as possible. Temple and pass. We could and probably should crack the Vexing Bauble, actually. I will crack the Bauble. Waste. And we'll hold. Yeah, Bubble's not doing much in this matchup. Well, Windswept Heath, fetch, surveil, surveil. Next turn we have Sire on board. And if Sire hits board, it could very well just be GG's. A Johnny triggers. Draw. TKS. Cast Sire. I guess I should do this. And done. Pass. And pass. So we have 8 hits off top for Tron at any point now. Pain cost. Pyro. Pyro's fine. Pitching Flage. Flage is less fine. If you want to attack, I will actually block. You do not. That makes sense. I will draw. Devourer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In that case... Ooh, this is interesting. I will attack with Sire. Block of a cat. You have to block with another card as well. Yes. Mm-hmm. A Johnny trigger yield. Devour Johnny. Pass. And pass. We should be able to keep up with Flage with Sire. So I'm not exactly too worried about that, to be completely honest. Land, fetch, Flage. Helix me down to 24, up to 12. Yep, that's fine. The Sire should just be able to compete with it pretty well. Alright. Now attacks, draw, Karn. I will attack with Sire. Down to 5. Sideboard. I could do what? Not really much I want here of Karn, I don't think. So instead, I will cast TKS. TKS ETBs. Discharge, we'll take Discharge. And pass. And pass. Double Ragavan, don't care about that. And opponent skips it up. We'll take the win against Energy. Alright, let's move the sideboard. We want Needle, we want Explosives, we cut Chalice and Bauble. And run it back. Yeah, the discharge on Guide of Souls is weird. Still not sure what to make of that. Because if they held that and went after my spawn, then we wouldn't have been able to play Sire as early as we did. Alrighty, right. NJ. Yes, we can keep 8 hits off top. Do we dig 8 deep? I mean, that should more or less guarantee it. Pass. Guide of Souls. Okay. Trigger always yield. There's Tower. And Tower. And draw. Expedition map. Pass. Pass. Yeah, should have probably just held 1, but there was the chance. Ocelot Pride. Trigger. Guide of Souls. Trigger. Draw. Waste. Pass. And now we hold. So we hope for no Blood Moon, no Molten Rain. Flooded Strand. Fetch. 21. Sacred Foundry. Shock. Yep. I feel like it was Blood Moon they would have held. They're gonna haste. Are you hasting? Could be Charmal. Charmal hits what? Tower? We have 3 hits off top for Tower. I think it's worth it for me to hold. As strange as that sounds. Oh. Yeah, we'll hold. No. We'll float. Pops. Yeah, the Charma is unfortunate. If it wasn't Charma, it was going to be Molten Rain. Difference being, of course, that now they have whatchamacallit, a 4/4 hitting me instead of 2 damage. That is a mild problem, however. Can we rally back? This will be 5, 6, 7, 9, down to 10. And no, I don't think I can. I think I'm dead. Yeah, I don't foresee a way out here. I think the hasty Charmal kills me. Yeah, because they have lethal on board since the cat will trigger. Yeah. Draw. Sire. Would have been good if we had Tron, but we don't. We concede. Alright. Unfortunate. I mean, the play draw very much matters in this matchup. Got the gemstone, bring in the chalice. Run it back. On the play for game 3. I will keep 8 hits off the top. We're looking for mine or power plant with Devourer. Trigger. There's the mine. Tower. Map. Pass. And pass. Worst thing we can see here is a Ragavan. Fetch 19. Sacred Foundry Shock 17. Thank God it's not a Ragavan. Draw. Mine. Hold. Alright. So we're not dead yet. Attack with Ocelot Pride. And second main. Land. End step. Triggers always yield. Crack map for power plant. There's power plant. And draw. There's TKS. I like TKS here, actually. I will play TKS. TKS always yield. Blood Moon, Charmaw. Criminy. So we'll take out the Charmaw for obvious reasons. So Charmaw down. They have Blood Moon. Not too much we can do about that, though. Alright. Fetch, Surveil. Imagine they just Windmill Slam Blood Moon, right? In response, K command, ramp, exile, Ocelot Pride. And done. Blood Moon resolves. We'll pass. And draw. I will cast Karn. Yes. I will do what? Thing is, Flager discharge both pop Karn. I will minus or... because we could minus local metal coating. Huh. We have no way to deal with Blood Moon right now. I guess we could go Filigree Silex. Actually. Minus Karn. Yes. For the Filigree Silex, pass. No attacks, pass. Yeah, Filigree Silex might just work here. It'll take some time, mind you, but it will eventually work. Attack Karn or attack me? Attack me. Attack me. No blocks. Land. Flage or discharge? Flage. Targets Karn. Pass. map, play map, play Silex. Go to combat. Paying cost for Blood Moon. Flage. Flage will hit TKS. Yes. Discharge. TKS will trigger. Flage to yard. Land. Go to end step. We'll take 1. Tap Silex. Draw. Tower. Cast Karn. Minus Karn. Yes. For Tormod's Crypt, play Tormod's Crypt. Pass. Obsidian Charmaw. Alright, Obsidian Charmaw will hit what? Hits power plant. That is fine. We have the map. Go to end step. Hits Karn. Yep. Tap Filigree Silex. And draw. There's Devourer. I will crack map. I'll grab power plant. I will minus Karn for Torpor Orb. No more Charmaw for you. Goes to combat. We'll take 5 down to 12. Wear Tear. Damn it. Of course. Son of a... And we can't do anything about that. Well, shit. Yeah. You got it. If I pop it for 2, it does nothing. How's this read? Non-permanent mana value equal to the number. Yeah, you have it. I will pass. There's Tezzeret, minus Tezzeret for map. Cast map, trigger Tezzeret. Hold. Draw. Tormod's Crypt, target you, pass. Flage out. Another Charmaw. Thankfully no ETB, but things are looking grim. Do you attack Tezzeret? Probably best just attack me down. Yeah. gotta say. I need a land. I mean, next 2 draws need to be lands, bottom line. Actually, it won't even matter. Yeah, I need 2 draws, 2 lands, not a TKS. No, it won't matter, will it? Nora's dead. We can't do anything about Charmal. Oh, it's so brutal. I mean, to be fair, the Filigree Silex was such a slow play. And not to mention we can't play the TKS anyways. I mean, I guess we can crack map for... Damn. I mean, yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing. That's so unfortunate. That Wear Tear absolutely crushed me. Because, yeah, we were going to be able to pop the Blood Moon. At least then we could have played the Sire. Gotten that on board. But no such luck. Alright, well, we will concede. Because, yeah, we'll take 8. Even if I were to crack map, be able to play the TKS, it doesn't matter. No matter what I draw, does not matter. Unfortunate. Concede. So that's 2 Blood Moons, 2 Charmals at the very least. Brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal stuff. So it's unlikely, based on breakers, that will make top 8. Even top 16 might be a little bit skeptical, honestly, which is quite unfortunate. But it is what it is. So we will either be back for quarterfinals, unlikely, or we'll be back for the wrap-up. Be back shortly. All right, and we're back for the wrap-up after a lengthy debrief on the previous match. TLDR, won't get into in detail. Playing the Sire 7 Deaths was probably the best move. Possibly up there with holding the K command, X equals 5. More or less because I think at that point in the game state, opponent wouldn't have been able to reasonably deal with Sire's 7 Deaths, with the exception of a Static Prison. And Energy plays at most 2 of them, because most likely they would have cut the Thraben Charm. K command was an option, because even if they Blood Moon, then we K command X equals 5, we play the Devourer, we exile the Blood Moon. Obviously, it does get a bit tricksy because they still had Charma and Blood Moon in hand. There are some potential lines there, so I think the K command was another option. But I think if I were to run it back and were to be put into the same exact scenario in the future against Energy, I think if I have Tron on 3 and either Sire's 7 Deaths or Ugin in hand, I think the play I'll take every time is probably just Windmill Slam the Sire and say, okay, cool, can you deal with this? I think that is what I would do now. And I think the biggest thing I can walk away with is that I need to do better at intuiting my opponent's future plays. I think I'm really good at intuiting what my opponent has access to when they're holding up mana, right? They're holding up a blue mana, okay. They likely have Consign. All right, they've tapped down all their mana. Let's force check them. Let's check for Flare of Negation, etc., right? Like, we're good at baiting. We're good at evaluating cards in opponent's hand based on open mana. But I think I do sometimes struggle with, as we saw today, with intuiting what my opponent has in hand for future plays. And I think that is a skill that I could develop further. And it's good that we recognize that now. As I say all the time, I'm by no means the best player of Magic the Gathering, but I always strive to do better, hence why we take the time to evaluate both losses, but especially wins, because there's always sometimes something to be gleaned from wins as well. But that being said, top 16 is pretty good. I'm glad that we got top 16. As we see there, I'm at the bottom of the X2s because of my OMW. My OMW is hot garbage. So I'm glad that we were at least able to get top 16. Overall, the deck performed really well. I liked the changes we made. I think they're good. So I don't think I'd make any additional changes right now. I think looking at the RC for Vegas, the only thing I could consider is maybe Pithing Needle main, just because it is open deck list. And if an open deck list, having Pithing Needle main might be better than a third TKS. It's possible that might be the case just in general. Or sorry, a fourth TKS. Might be better than a fourth TKS. It might be the case in general. So hard to say, but something to think about for RC Vegas, maybe some future testing. Tron has been treating me well this weekend. I might go for Tron again tomorrow. I'll see. Again, the new season starts not next Tuesday, the Tuesday the 16th, but Tuesday the 23rd. And so I'll probably do some more equal testing of the TKS version or the Fleshraker version, Brood Scale, etc. next season. So maybe tomorrow I'm either going to play Brood Scale or I might play Tron. We'll see. With that being said, that there will be the end of tonight's YouTube video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. If you haven't already, like as well, as it does continue to support the channel. And if you did see any lines that I missed and mistakes that I made or any general feedback, it'd be much appreciated if you do leave a comment down below. For as much as I hope you all learn from me, both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. If you do want to catch these videos live, you can do so over my Twitch, where I'm live Mondays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Thursdays through Sundays at 8 p.m. CST for the weekend challenges. Otherwise, you can catch YouTube videos early over my Patreon. That being said, though, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.